The Olympic City here at Atlanta. Evening's starting to take over, but it's still very warm, it's still very humid, but it's certainly the heat was on at Moonee Valley last night with the Australian Derby. Adam Hamilton, our harness racing expert, joins us right now. Adam, it was billed as a match race and the fans were not let down at Moonee Valley.
Absolutely. You pointed out the heat's on over in Atlanta. Well, it was certainly on at Moonee Valley last night, David. It was a race billed as a two-horse war between the Kiwi, this trans-Tasman rivalry, the Kiwi star Sharp and Telford against the emerging Australian superstar in Surfing Safari. The war was in the press before the race, and it continued in the betting ring just minutes before the race, and in the end Sharp and Telford went out favourite, but only just marginally in front of Surfing Safari. And a more exciting race you wouldn't see. The tactics were very interesting, and when we can pick up the footage here, there's a little bit left to go in the race.
Very little separated them in the betting, but obviously at the end of the race, little separated them as well.
Absolutely. You can see here, Sharp and Telford gets out now to have a go at Surfing Safari in front, and we'll pick up the call over the final stages.
Sharp and Telford coming at him. A great race. Sharp and Telford goes to Surfing Safari, and I think got him. What a great race. A great finish. Sharp and Telford.
Yeah, it was really quite incredible there. The race caller, Dan Malecki, went for the outside horse, Sharp and Telford, but from where I was sitting in the grandstand, most people around me thought that Surfing Safari had won. And speaking to the drivers after the race, when the dead heat had been declared, both of them thought that they'd been beaten. So it really was a fitting finish, and one that'll be long remembered. For me, David, it was a highlight of what has been a super season at Moonee Valley this season.
Yes, is that the culmination?
That's really it as far as the big races go at Moonee Valley this season. The Winter Carnival's something new to harness racing in Victoria, and to finish it off with a great success like the Australian Derby was just magic.
So it's a forerunner for years to come in Melbourne as far as the winter's concerned?
Yeah, the good news is that Sharp and Telford will continue racing on at Moonee Valley for a couple of weeks, taking on the older horses, which will be very interesting to see how he performs there. And both Sharp and Telford and Surfing Safari will be back at Moonee Valley for the summer carnival soon after Christmas, David.
So what can the punters look forward to in the weeks to come as far as harness racing is concerned?
Well, the action will move up to Queensland. We had the Inter-Dominion winner, young Mr Charles, returning to his best form last night at Albion Park. He led throughout to win a free-for-all race up there, and he's now one of the leading contenders going into the Sunshine Sprint and also the race known as the Winter Cup. And that was absolutely tremendous. So there's another highlight of the season. We saw Pride of Petite coming down the outside to win the Trotters Inter-Dominion final. That was one that will be long remembered, and really I think the highlight of the season has been the dominance of the New Zealand young trainer Mark Purdon. In his first season of training, he's come over to Moonee Valley and taken all before him, David.
Okay, well, it's great to get your thoughts. We look forward to your thoughts in the weeks to come as far as the Brisbane Carnival is concerned, but I'm glad you enjoyed yourself in the culmination of a tremendous season at Moonee Valley.
Yeah, that race last night, along with Norm's Daughters winning the Miracle Mile, the two races I certainly won't forget for a long time, David.
Adam, thanks very much for joining us from our Melbourne studios. Okay, well, just a reminder now for those serious golf fanatics out there, Jack Newton, the Channel 7 commentator, along with the Nissan Company and Channel 7 have introduced the Corporate Cup. This is a beauty. If you have a look there now, it's an opportunity for all corporations, big or small, to participate in a tournament that will on some of the great golf courses in Australia, and also helping the junior golf in the country. It begins at Royal Adelaide on October the 8th. It moves to Riverside Oaks in Sydney, then to Perth's famous Joondalup course, to the magical Pines course at Sanctuary Cove on the Gold Coast, to Melbourne's lush Metropolitan course, and culminating with the national final in mid-December at the Twin Waters Resort on the beautiful Sunshine Coast of Queensland. Those interested, those companies interested, this is the number to ring if you want further details. The number is 1-800-670-779. Jack Newton, Nissan, Channel 7, supporting junior golf in this country. We'll take a break and be back from the Olympic City in just a moment.
You're watching Sports World live from Atlanta, the Olympic City. Back in a moment.